Hello everyone and welcome to another exciting match of the Super Metroid Multi-Category Tournament 2022. Today we have an exciting 4-2 match between Bressingham and MrGuyAverage. I'm your commentator, I'm Zeb316, and I am joined by Polar Bear Bunny. How you doing, Polar Bear Bunny?
Hey Zeb, I am doing great. Yeah, welcome in everybody. I'm really excited for this matchup. I think these guys, Bressingham and MrGuyAverage, are really close in skill level as far as just vanilla execution and randomizer. So I expect a close one.
Yeah, I think Bressingham definitely has a bit more experience in terms of randomizer. But I also think that MrGuyAverage's vanilla gameplay is a little bit stronger than Bressingham's, so we'll see how this ends up working out.
I think someone broke a random start.
Wait, this is random start?
Uh,
How
yes.
boring.
I had to check to see that was rolled in the race room. But yes, it is our week 7 settings, which is apparently random start. Also full countdown, which we'll talk about. And boss rando.
Yeah, so that's a pretty exciting, a lot of different kind of randomizations going on there. Full countdown, of course, you see the number at the top left. That shows how many major items or unique items are left in the area. It will count down to 3 now that both have picked up Morph Ball. Area randomizer meaning that any area that they traverse from to another area, those won't necessarily be the same transitions. They're most likely going to be different. And boss randomizer, making certain interesting things like backdoor Dragon a lot easier without speed or ice, things like that. So we'll have to see what ends up happening here.
Very vanilla so far. We'll see if we get anything good here. Oh, there you go. It's randomized. No need to worry.
You mean Spazer isn't normally in the ceiling there?
It might be. I don't play a lot of vanilla, so there's definitely not power bombs over there.
Now this is a really interesting decision for these runners. And it looks like both are deciding what I like to do, which is check behind the Morph Ball portal. Maybe not MrGuyAverage, because he's being a little cavalier with his health. But I prefer checking this portal to checking Billy Mays generally.
I disagree wholeheartedly in this instance. Checking this entrance is bad. You're just gonna find it later. You're just gonna die if you're MGA.
Well, if you're MGA and you do it like this, you're probably gonna die. But if you mock ball through here, it's a pretty free way to make it in. I think that checking that, and I actually think finding the back friendship there is really valuable. And the reason I think that's valuable is because late in the game, a lot of times you end up with a few transitions left, and you're like, well, where is Torian? It's gotta be one of these, or where is Kraid? Knowing that it can't be at the back of Rick's ship, you never have to go through all the way there, that can be a really big deal later.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a good one to find if you are one to scout it. I think it would depend for me a lot on that number in the top left corner, counting down the unique items. I think 2 is a pretty solid number that I might go for Billy Mays instead. Just missiles here at Old Mother Brain. Still looking for supers. I guess that's another thing that could be at Billy Mays is their first supers.
That's true. That would be interesting if the first supers need to be at Billy Mays and both these runners skip it and feel very behind.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of that, I guess this is our last week of the Swiss round of this tournament. Both these guys are 4-2. And so this matchup has really big implications. Pretty much the loser is going to be done for the tournament, and the winner will have a chance for a play-in into the playoffs.
Yeah, and that play-in, I think, will have somewhere in the ballpark of I believe, 12-ish people making it, 11 to 12 people making it, and 3 people missing. So most people who make it into the play-in will make it in, but there will be some who don't. And another change for this week, variant tweaks have to be on with random start, so we get to see a bomb chorizo fight. How exciting.
Yeah, they both fell for it. Well, Bressingham looked like he knew what was coming, but any tank is probably worth it. Tanks are really valuable early in area rando, especially.
Yeah, I find it real awkward. I find it really awkward a lot of the time finding bomb chorizo, and not knowing whether it's worth it to pick up the item. Like, if you find a super there, is it worth it to pick it up, kind of? Like, sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't, so, like, it's hard to make that decision.
Yeah, it's just, like, one of the many, like, active choices you have to be making, as a runner. Sometimes you make the wrong one, but you just gotta go with it.
And sometimes I actually use bomb chorizo kind of as a ship refill, where if I'm at, like, 1 power bomb and I want to go down to the bottom of Greem Brinstar, I'll fight him regardless, just to get power bombs, so that I don't have to go back to the ship.
That is a spicy take, Zeb. I never even considered that you drop power bombs for you. And there's more at Terminator. We finally have a little bit of divergence. I say finally, it's only 6 minutes in, but MGA taking that ship refill.
I'm kind of curious about this from MGA. Did he have power bombs? Because I think that just going left here is pretty much correct. What was that at the left? Or gauntlet there? I didn't get a good look.
Was it bombs? It looked like bombs, but yeah, I didn't get a good look.
It looks like Bress is considering going back for whatever it was. It was bombs, it looks like.
I didn't see the right side either.
I think the right side was just supers. Oh, he's going back for supers. That's what he's doing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense then. I think Bress and MGA being fairly evenly matched is fine. I think I might risk not doing the gauntlet play here and trying to find supers elsewhere, but I think this is a totally fine play if they do. MGA is not going for it yet. Gonna get the area information first.
Yeah, I think I would consider just getting the area information first, and then if I don't want to go through the areas, then I would go back. And MGA finding Bread Tower and going straight through, not bothering to go back to that other criteria transition, which I kind of prefer going back and checking, like, especially when there's only 1 transition left, because when there are 2 transitions in an area right next to each other, I'm more fine skipping them because you're likely to find one of the 2 and then you can check the other. But when there's only 1 left, it's pretty easy for that to end up being something like Raid, that is a lot harder to find.
Well, this is a bold move from MGA. Will it work? No, it won't, because that's a super door. He realized his mistake. Yeah.
Maybe he'll get a super here, though.
That would be pretty lucky. 3 items in the wreck ship. To note, just power bombs.
And it's kind of looking like checking Billy Mays at this point would have been good. It's looking very likely that some kind of a major item is there.
Yeah,
I guess there's only 1 left with bombs, so never mind. I was thinking there were 2, because bombs isn't a real major.
What? Bombs are bombs. Well, bombs open up the criteria power bombs check.
That is true.
It's very slow, but it is, it's an item that could be the item.
Then the only check left that the runners couldn't do would be criteria super. Like, they could check it, but they couldn't get it at this point.
Yeah. 1 item here in Red Brin. MGA, of course, having to skip Spacer because it is also a super door. MGA, don't do it. Don't do this. Don't do this, man.
Will it be a super? I think if I were gonna do this, I'm fine with doing this on 2 tanks. But if I were gonna do this, I would want full 2 tanks. I wouldn't want like the 265 he started with.
I mean, he's not totally in a bad position if he did die, but he gets to the first part really well. Because he did
The first part
that
isn't
save.
the first part isn't the hard part for me in this, and it is the major.
Yeah. Wave bean. So another major that doesn't really do anything as far as progression.
MGA just used the power bomb. Please.
Please, MGA. Oh, jeez. What a show off. These kids. So Spazer's not going to be a unique item, but could still be something worthwhile.
I was just waiting for it to be another super. Oh, and this is not what you want to really do as MGA. Although he does have enough. Yeah, he's got this. 11 more than he needed.
Not that it would have really mattered, but I just love that it was a small health from that waiver. Ew, yeah, and he got out of health bomb, but not out of would die to spike bomb. But alright, we're living. Bress is making a very good decision by not doing that right now.
I actually like it more from Bress's side. Well, actually, I'm not sure. I think from MGA's side, there are actually more things that would have been valuable with a super actually being valuable there. But from Bress's side, he has bombs as a backup.
That's true. But with bombs still, like, you're going to take...
Yeah, I actually do think that, from Bress's side, it's worse. Also because, you generally want to save the slower checks for last, and Bress can check everything else. MGA can't check anything without supers.
Our first glimpse into Upper Norfair. That's not one of the best Upper Norfair transitions, but yeah, that's kind of the reason why I like this red tower save before the transitions. In case you're gonna book it into a hell run, you can try without having to worry too much.
I like it in case you come across one of the Maridia portals too, so you can like go down a Maridia that you can't get back up and check that transition, and sometimes that's going to be Greem Brinstar or something.
Yeah, you're right. And there's a better one. This one, I think, is actually in logic to get out of with 2 tanks.
Yeah.
But he failed.
Yeah, that on 2 tanks is pretty rough still.
I don't think he was full, but...
Yeah. I think it's kind of unfortunate because I think that MGA is basically just going to have to be backtracking for a while, unless he decides to farm up and go back in to that hell run.
Yeah.
Bressingham definitely not going to follow that on 147.
Oh, no, certainly not. They'd be really restricted in what they can do, even if they did make it into Bubble Mountain. Especially MGA without supers. Like, they can't make it... They might be able to make it 2-speed, but not back, for sure. So unless it's, like, Varia in the Bubble Mountain corner, there's not much these guys could really do and keep.
And I think MGA going through the worst portal here for this.
Yeah. This portal sucks. The Magdalites are a little bit helpful with their flame, but they are also a little hurtful with it too. I think he's gonna be alright.
Yeah, it looks like he's made it through. And a reserve at Bubble Mountain Missile.
That's the opposite of it.
Well, hopefully his super is at Wave Beam. Well, he can't even really get to Wave Beam, though. He has 3 tanks now. He can't get to the speed farm either. That's kind of awkward. He does have Wave and Spazer, so that's actually huge. That X-ray check, that'll get him to Bubble Mountain. Or to high jump, not Bubble Mountain.
You're right. Yeah, the speedless speedway, coming from right to left, having Wave Beam and Spazer or Plasma. I wonder if we'll see him do it. I wonder if he's gonna think of it. I hope so, because that's actually really heads up. So.
Yeah, it looks like he wanted to take a save beforehand. Maybe he's not that confident in that trick. Maybe he's worried about the B-Toms draining his health without any suits. And I like Bressingham coming back for this a lot. After he knows that it's a major here, I think that if you know the X-ray D-boost, you should really just do it here once you know it's a major. Like, skipping out on a major is pretty rough.
Right, nicely done by MJ there. Yeah, MJ has also had a couple races with some unfortunate crashes and such, so he's just being extra safe today. Yeah, 2 Slaughter's refills from Bress.
Still no supers, so MJ kind of needs one of these portals to end up working out for him. We do have the rolling save system, so if he's saved, I think he's completely fine anyway, because he can go back to his Bubble Mountain save. But if this portal isn't anything, he's kind of stuck here. Like, you can do the Hell Run on 2 E-Tanks, 1 Reserve through Cathedral, but I didn't get to see what was that Maze Missile there from Bress.
I didn't see it either, and I wonder if he even saw it, or if he decided.
It didn't look like visible, but... Oh, and there's a moat.
We're back.
And MGA still not going back and checking the other... Oh wait, no, he can't. He doesn't have supers, of course. So he can't check the other Norfair, upper Norfair transition there.
That's true. So he's got 2 portals kind of just hanging out there.
Oh, and it's another Norfair.
Oh, we're back!
So we found all but that one Norfair portal.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
So, what do you do now? We're just gone in a circle.
I think that you just go back to Criteria now. I'm not sure exactly what he's planning here. Like, is he going to check Wave? Is that the plan?
He could. Can't get back unless either the items are a tank or Varia, but it might be his only out right now. Bress is actually going to show us who our friend in the wreck ship boss room is today. But yeah, if this is not Fantune, then they don't have access to any of the items here. The wreck ship E-Tank is there, right?
Yeah, the wreck ship E-Tank is always on in this mode. And with Area Rando, that door is always unlocked, so you can always access it.
Cradle 1. So, Crade's warehouse has an item. It could be back here behind him, or it could be in the actual warehouse.
Just another missile for MGA.
Great tummy. A lot of supers, but I don't think he's
Oh no, MGA.
Oh, that's not
That's not living.
It's not living. Alright, Crade. Be nice to our runners and just put the item here. Supers are good. More supers behind supers.
And MGA didn't save after that Bubble Mountain save, so not actually losing that much because all the knowledge he gained, which was most of what he gained in that time, he kind of keeps. I'm curious if we see Bressingham go and check that Rexship tank. Looks like we do. I think you probably do check this if you know that it's on, or that it's there.
Right. Yeah. Good knowledge. And then he doesn't really have to come back unless one of the suits is here behind the Fantoon kill. You can just forget about this area completely because we already know what the back portal is.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, and it's plasma. Not that huge of an item, if they don't find charge, but a pretty good one with charge. Actually a little less important when you already have Spazer. Because it doesn't up your damage by quite as much as it would if you didn't, but still significant damage increase. And we will get to see what's that wave beam. And it's a super!
Oh no! He can't get out on this, can he?
192? He should drain his reserve.
I mean, he is MGA, but...
Without high jump too... I feel like with plasma, it would be significantly easier. Yeah, this is... I don't think you can get on this.
No.
He's gonna... I think he's gonna spend a lot of time trying to get this, possibly. Maybe not, though. Maybe because he knows there's a pretty easy way back to Criteria. And he checked the back of Gauntlet, so he knows there's a super back there. He might just abandon this and go to get that super instead.
I hope so. Yeah, he has a pretty easy way back to Criteria. It's just an unfortunate backtrack, basically.
Yeah, it looks like he's going back down to the Croc entrance. Which I think makes a lot of sense. It's a faster way to get out of here. Or not.
I don't think he is doing that.
Okay, is he? Okay.
Because if you're doing that, you probably wouldn't farm just because of the...
Yeah, you might want to... You might want to fill up your reserve, and I think it might be faster to farm there than to refill at the ship, but...
Yeah, but... Yeah, if you're actually doing hell runs, but I think just going back to Criteria, you need to farm.
Yeah, I guess.
But there are crabs on the other side of the door, so...
Crabs are scary. They do 120 damage.
That they do. So
Breast having a think?
Yeah. What are our options today?
Looks like Breast is going into Norfair. Also going through this one instead of the other one, just like MGA.
Why do good people choose bad entrances?
The mystery.
Okay, he has a little bit better health coming out this time.
Yeah, I think he... Last time, like, he didn't even, like, have a chance because he took a hit from the Alcoon, I think.
Yeah. Oh.
And now he just...
Yeah.
I think this is enough. Like, if he hadn't have done... If he hadn't have fallen.
Yeah, it's definitely enough. Yeah, he just needs to make the jumps and hit the things with the missiles. Everything, all those enemies will die to one missile. It's just a matter of actually hitting them.
It kind of feels like the seed is funneling you into Norfair. Although, there is the one transition we haven't checked yet. That being the other Norfair transition. The final one.
Oh yeah, that's true. The crate's face transition. We haven't seen that.
So, I think... if that's another bad transition, I think things kind of have to be in Norfair.
My vote is for Speed Booster at Criteria PBs.
I guess, yeah, you're right. There's still a couple of... And Breast's going for the CWJ instead of the HBJ.
Good quick drop there, MGA.
143. Yeah, you need to use a missile on that guy.
What? Oh, so maybe if he had gotten a health drop, he would have been fine.
Yeah, he needed like a 20 drop.
Yeah. Which I don't think those Falcons really do much at all, if at all. Right, we're seeing it, and it looks crappy.
Okay. So this is really good for MGA. If that were something like Greem Brinstar, Bressingham would have a big advantage because he would be able to like get really pretty far ahead of MGA in terms of like just doing stuff. But Bressingham is gonna kind of be stuck in the same hell runs that MGA is stuck in, even though like he'll have better options because he'll be able to do things like ice. MGA should just reset here. But he's going to be stuck in these same hell runs for a while.
What was the left side of the top of this elevator? I already forgot.
That was Criteria Mode.
Oh, okay. So he can't get back. Yeah. It's really our only options. There's no... like, there's the...
I would consider going back to... I would consider clearing Criteria before this, but I think that both of those are just really bad options. Like, you're choosing between clearing a bunch of sparse locations in Criteria for one item versus doing hell runs for more dense item like loadout here. Both just seem pretty bad.
There he is, just sitting at the missile before reserve missile. Just chilling.
MJ, I think, has a little less energy than he has had, but still should have enough energy to get out. I think that it matters a lot less how much energy he actually has, and a lot more just about his execution.
My goodness, Ice Beam check out of Bressingham. This hell run is in logic for him. It is one of the majors.
And MGA taking another hit there. I think that he's just trying to like go a little too fast. I think he actually is fine if he just takes his time a little bit and missiles all the enemies on the way. But he's trying to kind of rush it a little bit and then ends up bonking into one of them and ends up dying because of it.
How can you expect a speedrunner like MJ to go slow?
I guess that's fair. Ooh, and X-ray, so...
He actually went for this.
That's a pretty dangerous X-ray pickup.
That is. Did really well, though.
Especially because, I think he did save before this, but, you're losing that high jump if you die there, and you kind of have to come back and get it. Like, I don't think you can just leave high jump.
That's a really good point. And I think even without the wave plasma, that would have been a really dangerous room to come back into, even if you didn't die in Crumble Shaft.
I'm kind of curious if MGA just forgot about the Super and Gauntlet, or if he is, like, just decided to do this.
is a good question. Because if he had just done Gauntlet, he'd have Super by now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, another thing that really sucks is that he has to missile all these doors.
And he has to sit through the 6.5 second item fanfare picking up this missile every time.
Yeah, because if you don't pick up the missile, you won't have the run speed to make it over to the wall, and you'll hit the spikes.
So we've got one more major at Bubble Mountain. Given that we've seen everything else and there's one major left.
Seb, how much health do you think he would save? Oh, I think he's gonna get it this time.
Ooh,
yes,
yep, nice.
Fine, I won't share my big brain idea. Maybe another time. But GG's MGA, please save.
Yep, GG. And now I think he's probably gonna check with 2 in a reserve you can check speed. You can get in and out, it's pretty tight. There might be an E-tank there too. You could also just check the first item of Norfair Reserve. You could even just like kind of save scum all the items. You know that there are 3 items here, like in total in Norfair. There's a pretty good chance that some of the majors are over here if you're MGA, so it might just be worth it to kind of save scum these to know where those are. And if it's like Varia, you get super bailed out and you get like... Yeah. Looks like Bress heading into Maridia. I don't like how he entered... Well, there are no major items here actually, so never mind. I was thinking about getting that crab super. I've had quite a few seeds that have had like 2 or 3, but...
Yeah, interestingly though, we haven't seen either of these bottom portals.
Will one of them be Greem Brinstar? I think
probably.
This one... Yep. But only 1 major in Greem Brinstar. Ooh, and their speed. That'll let MGA to get out.
Yeah. That's a bailout in a lot of ways. Because you want to keep that.
You should really pop his reserve manually though. And now he doesn't know it, but we know that there's no longer a major at Norfair Reserve. Ooh, and there's a Croc. That's actually kind of good to find here for Bress. It's a little annoying because some of these items are kind of tough to get. Well, mostly Indiana Jones, just bomb jumping up there is annoying, but it's still doable. Also, Croc E-Tank is actually a little annoying to get to on this energy. I might save that for on the way out.
I love this color contrast from there. It looks really nice. But now it's done. Well, not yet.
Bress going for this now. He has enough energy to get it. It's just, if you mess up the wall jump at the end a little bit, you can end up with some problems.
Speaking of wall jumps, here's your favorite wall jump from MGA. This without high jump boots.
I don't know this one quite as well because it's a different visual cue, but he gets it. Nice.
Nice. Yeah, sadly gonna have to sit through the missile item fanfare. Unless he finds a tank back here. Won't really get to keep it. Oh.
He could almost keep it if he found it super.
It's true. He probably actually could get out. I don't know. We'll have to see the moves he pulls.
Yeah, it looks like he'll be able to get out.
He will.
This room doesn't actually require that much energy, but if you mess it up, it just takes so much energy out of you. that it makes it seem like you don't really want to go in there unless you have like 4 or 5 E-tanks.
Where all my angle downless friends at? We hate that room. That room will kill us in a heartbeat. Solidarity. But things are moving in a lot better direction for MGA now.
Mm-hmm.
Ah! It's vanilla.
That's something. So that grapple beam doesn't actually mean anything for suitless. In this mode, if something's at Baoun, you're always going to be able to snail climb anyway. And there are 0 items at West Maridia. So, it's good for suitless if you're doing it out of logic, but for in-logic suitless, it doesn't actually really mean anything, I don't think. Unless maybe there's Varia at, in Greem Brinstar. Although then, Ice can't be there either. Maybe if Kray's at the other end too, and Ice is over there, or Spring Ball. The only way I can see, grapple being required is if you need to get back out of here, get back out of West Maridia, and you need to use grapple to do it.
Yeah, that would be the only way. We have seen Aqueduct, so it is something that Bress could hang around in that room for and not kill Batoon because we don't have Ice Beam. Unless he Crystal Flash Clips.
He does have the ammo for.
Yeah. Pretty decent ammo, but then he'd be down to exactly 10 supers for Batoon, which is kind of scary.
Bress starting to skip missiles. I think that's kind of interesting. I think it's kind of a tough decision on whether you want to skip those or not. At this point in the seed. I would be feeling a little more committed to ammo than to charge, because I feel like I'm going to be checking a lot of items, just because so many of these areas seem to have, like, 1.
Mm-hmm.
Where if the areas were, like, a lot denser, and you could really check, like, all of the majors early, and maybe, like, some of the areas had 0 and some of them had, like, 4. With that, I think I favor charge a little bit more, because you don't have to clear any of the 0 areas, and you can, like, full clear the 4 areas, and be pretty sure you're gonna get charged. But with these, where it's a lot more sporadic, it's a lot harder to make sure that you get charged.
Yeah, and there's a ton of item checks in this area, so you know that it's just all ammo anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So probably by the time, if you picked everything up, you might actually have enough ammo to finish the game.
Yeah, I think Bress has skipped 3 missiles in Greem Brinstar so far. That's the equivalent of a super. Yeah, it would take like 20 seconds to pick all that up, but I would normally say the 20 seconds for a super is kind of worth it. If you're going for ammo, at least.
Yeah, I think sometimes when you find that plasma, especially if you have wave also, or even wave ice also, you kind of want to hedge your bets because you want that full beam combo.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to get the criteria power bombs check. Finally, after all these years.
Ooh!
Ooh!
Okay.
So, Bress could have had this.
Yeah.
20 minutes ago. 30 minutes ago.
So, another thing that, is possible, Bress could be stuck.
Oh. Yeah, you're right.
With these 2 transitions. Like, he's got 2 transitions left. He's got the top of Greem Brinstar, and he's got, Crab Hole. And if both of those, like, go, say, to the one goes to Torian, and one goes to like one half of Lower Norfair. He could just be stuck.
Yeah. Well, so we're missing both of the Lower Norfairs, so odds are good that one of them is here.
Even if it's Kraid could actually get him stuck too.
Yeah, we're missing Kraid and Turian. Crabhole. That's all we're missing, I think.
Yeah, are there good transitions left? I think that the... Have we seen the back of East Maridia?
Yes.
Okay, so we've seen both halves?
Yeah. Is he stuck?
Oh, yeah, I think he might just be stuck unless there's ice or spring ball.
Varia, and there's like...
Yeah, or Varia, Varia
could.
Mm-hmm.
But even that, you know, not seeing either end
Imagine...
of Lower Norfair means that there's probably a dead end at the end of it.
Imagine that the major here is ice, but it's behind waterway.
Oh my god. That would be sad. Oh, bailed out!
Okay.
Who knew Spring Ball would come and save the day for Bressingham? Wow.
I like how like that's something that like you don't really think about, like just getting stuck in Greem Brinstar.
Yeah.
That's not a very common thing, but it seemed like it was pretty likely to happen. I think I think one of these has to be Lower Norfair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the other one I think has to be either Kraid or Torian.
Oh my gosh. I wonder if he knows that he's stuck. If it weren't for that spring ball.
So here's another thing. Bress, I don't think you can get out of Crab Hole with just a spring ball jump.
No, you cannot.
So if he goes to Crab Hole, he's stuck down there too, and it's either Kraid or Torian. And we know that there's a major at Kraid.
Yeah.
So it could be ice.
It's PRNG is gonna be very Kraid E-Tank again.
Yeah, if he goes there and it's very a Kraid E-Tank, he'll need to double spring ball jump out, I think.
Yep. Ooh, the Spore Spawn save. So, I think he does realize. He realizes at least that he can't get back out of Crab Hole easily. So that's good. I just wonder if he realized that he was definitely stuck down here. Completely.
Yeah, I think he even could have known that, kind of going in. Because I think he had all of the portal information. I don't think the MGA has any portal information that he didn't, so I think he could have figured that out.
Yeah. So, I fully expect this to be Kraid. I could be wrong, but that is my expectation. Although we do have, all of Maridia logic as well, so I guess
and how many items were in East Maridia? That's Torian.
Ooh, was it 3, or did I just make that
up? I think 3 sounds right. We might be able to figure. I didn't look to see how many are in More Norfair either.
Oh yeah, I missed that too.
So there was 1 in Kraid.
3 in Wreck Ship?
Yeah, 3 in Wreck Ship. And at this point, it's looking like either it's East Maridia or Fantoon is in East Maridia and it's at wreck ship.
Oh yeah, that is a possibility too. Yeah, so we know now that the other end of Lower Norfair is Crate's warehouse. Which is, I think that's my least favorite way these area randos can be set up, is having a dead end on the good side of Lower Norfair, on either side of Lower Norfair, really.
Yeah. It also makes Varia basically mandatory, where in a lot of these seeds it's not. Because when you have to reverse acid dive, you're just not doing that unless you have Varia.
MGA about to find his spring ball, which is not going to be the glorious lifesaver that it is for Bress right now.
Mm-hmm. Picking it up anyway, the moral decision.
So let's see. MGA a little bit lighter than Bress on ammo, but Bress is getting pretty close to enough ammo for Mother Brain.
Yeah, and that's another thing. In these seeds, if you feel like they're going to go a lot longer, you're actually a little bit less incentivized to pick up missiles because you're going to find more supers along the way. But the faster the seed is, actually, the more you want to pick up missiles because you just want to get to ammo go mode in the fewest checks possible. Going the stuffy fish.
Oh, the aminals. Is this possible? Okay.
Yes.
It's gonna do spring ball jump instead.
It's not that bad to do that wall jump.
Yeah, you probably just have to wait for the water to be at the right height.
Now, on the other hand, I'm not sure if the spring wall jump's possible.
Yeah, I'm not good at spring ball jumps coming out of water. But there he goes, okay.
Yeah. I think picking up this reserve for MGA actually isn't great. Like, I guess it's fine. If you never pick up another tank, you kind of want it. But you're now looking at a suitless LN on this energy, I don't think. And this way in the game, I don't think that you're really, like, expecting to find a bunch more. Did MGA already check the portal, or is he just going back?
Yeah, he checked it.
Okay.
This is Bressingham's chance. He has gravity.
Mm-hmm.
And kinda
I think if he does, then he's not that far behind. Like,
no.
He does need to get a speed too, because speed is just a huge item. And it looks like he is going for it.
Yeah. Thank goodness.
One kind of, like, something that seems bad but is actually kind of good for Bressingham is he doesn't have a way through East Maridia yet. Without Dragon Dead. And that means that he is kind of pushed into going back into Norfair to get that speed.
Yeah, it's actually pretty funny this late in the seed that we have no other boss information than the raid in the wreck ship between two runners.
MGA will be finding his grapple as well. Oh, and this is kind of dangerous for MGA.
Yeah. 0101. Which one is his health, and which one is the amount of items?
100? With gravity? I think he can make this. If he really wanted to be safe, he could, like, damage down a little bit. No, MGA, you just want to run and jump. Oh.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, a spike hit would have been death there too. That's 60 damage.
Just Crystal Flash right now. Just do it.
Yeah.
Do it during the Croc entrance.
I think you're probably better off just farming the bugs than Crystal Flashing. Unless, like... I think the ammo is kind of valuable to keep. Although maybe it's a little less valuable than I'm thinking.
Croc was coming back to life, Zeb. He could have died.
Yeah, that is true.
Also, it's just something to do during the cutscene. He looked pretty bored.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Since he couldn't go for Spike Suit.
MGA is gonna have to be careful in this room too. I think he should have farmed up more.
Cool, another reserve. Said no one ever. Alright, 2 in East Maridia. I looked.
Hole 2.
Just going for the snail clip. Yeah, I've never seen anybody do that. Actually use X-ray to...
I do that like every time.
Well, you know what's up? I never thought of it. Just when I'm on the snail.
But not really getting rewarded with anything there.
Is this Vanilla Aqueduct? Do I know what's in Aqueduct?
Going up, is he thinking about... I think he's thinking about doing the Crystal Flash clip.
Yeah. Let's go.
Which I think is actually kind of bad for him. Because that means he's probably not going to get speed. I feel like Varia is going to be somewhere behind here. I kind of... So, I think left Sandpit's a lot faster in this mode than in almost any other mode. Just because, the, transition back to, like, the farming room.
Yeah, the area of Rando, the door left of the Sandpit, will loop you back up to Aqueduct.
Oh my god, Chris. I thought he was dead there.
And it would have been worth a check for Ice Beam.
Oh, he has bombs. I forgot he has bombs. Yeah, that makes this pretty free.
It's free, says Zip. 316.
Yeah, see, he got a third try. It's
nice job.
not even a challenge.
Zeb is not impressed, Bressingham. You hear that? MGA is still playing a little fast and loose with his health.
So Bressingham's a little farther ahead in terms of like where he is than MGA in terms of like knowledge and everything. But MGA has speed, and I think I would prefer to be an MGA spot here with speed than in Bressingham spot with just being a little farther ahead.
I think the best thing for Bress would be Charge showing up. MGA... It's not likely MGA gets that plasma unless Varia is in the wreck ship.
Yeah, but I don't feel like Charge is that big of a deal anymore. Both runners are like 2 supers off.
Well, it's not, but... It's like the best thing like that we know of that would save Bressingham time over MGA. But
I think the best thing for Bress is if this is not Fantoon. Because if this isn't Fantoon, Bress might not ever have to go back to the wreck ship. And that would be pretty good for him, because MGA does have to go back to the wreck ship no matter what. But if MGA gets to just like go into East Maridia, and kill Fantoon and then go wreck ship, and basically get to kill like Kraid for free, basically, then I think that would be pretty bad for Bress.
Wow, MGA
Well,
also
yeah,
skipping supers.
that's super skip. I don't.
Wow.
Saving for the Sandpit checks? Again, like, I don't really like saving before these because you have the loop. Maybe if you're checking right Sandpit because the loop is so much farther away. But... And it is Raygon, so, that is good for Bress.
Yeah, to speed what is required to get working here. Unless ice is out there somewhere available, but doesn't seem like it is unless it's down here in the sand pits. It's not in this one. Well, and he's
yeah, he's going to Shack Tool.
Why?
I would check left sand pit before doing this.
The only thing I can
check. Yeah, I don't.
Is that he feels really behind from trying to get those supers.
I actually kind of understand this a little bit. I think he's worried that Ridley is at this boss, and he doesn't like have good energy for Ridley at this point.
Yes, he could do it.
He does have 2 reserves, so it would be doable.
Just an eating behind Raygon, so we're narrowing down our choices. This could be something.
Yeah, I think like it's either here, it's at Plasma, or it's at left sandpit, I think. And there are 2 items, so 2 of those items are majors, and one of those is the thing that we need, which I think has to be Varia.
I think I would have at least done the left sandpit first if we're going for this. Ooh!
Base jump.
I like that. I'll take it.
Yeah, you probably keep that. I think you would have reset most other things. That probably means Barry is somewhere else though, so like somewhere else in East Maridia.
It's a bit of a consolation prize with the movement items they already have. High jump and speed, but you've already wasted a ton of time coming there. It's not gonna be a loss to pick it up. Yeah, our only options. We're still yeah, the left sand pit or
Plasma.
I'm interested in what Bress is gonna do.
Yeah, and MJ not checking left sand pit.
No!
Oh no.
It's okay. It's okay, Bress.
It's fine for him because it's not like that bad to go down right instead of left sand pit. But we know that it's actually really bad to go down right instead of left sand pit because left sand pit actually probably has something.
Yeah.
We'll see if Bress also checks. Nope, he's not going to check tool, it doesn't look like. Which I think makes a lot of sense in these countdowns. You kind of want to save the Svolbus check for last.
Yeah.
Especially because then you know that there's something there.
What is this? There is the strangest half-beat setup I've ever seen in my life.
So he messed up at the beginning and gave up on the full halfie, and then just yeah. Okay, let's see what's at left sandpit now.
I'm shaking. I bet it's ice. I bet ice is here.
I think it has to be. Well, I think the major has to be Varia. I don't know if it's here or Plasma though. And there it is.
It is! Could have had that a minute ago, Bressingham, if you didn't let the snail bully you. That heckin' snail.
So now I don't think that, I think the MGA going to, right Sandpit Shack Tool definitely didn't make up the time for Space Jump, and, I think Bress is far enough ahead now. Like, speed is a really... Like, speed saves multiple minutes, but I don't think that that's enough for MGA at this point.
I mean, he's going to check it right after this. Unless for some reason he goes to Plasma first.
Yeah, I think he might go to Plasma first.
Which, yeah, he's showing signs that that might be the risk that he takes. But we'll see. Maybe he'll think better of Plasma because he doesn't have a fantastic way of killing the Plasma pirates. His way is with the speed booster and short charges, and that's quite a bit slower than just like having Plasma or Screw Attack to do the job.
People in chat talking about Bress doesn't have a way to Zeb skip, which would be a pretty big deal. Oh no, MJ. But I think that so I think we've got 3 items left. One of those is in grade. 2 of them I think have to be in more Norfair. Of those 3 items left, 2 of them are charged in ice, which means that not having a Zeb skip basically doesn't really matter that much. Maybe if Screw Attack is in grade, and the other 2 items in Lower Norfair are at, like, GT Missile and GT Super, maybe then it matters. But... Oh yeah, there are 2 in Wreck Ship.
Yeah,
no.
They're in the Wreck Ship.
Oh, yeah. Never mind, there's 0. Yep. Okay, so that's big if Screw is at grade.
Yeah.
So if Screw is at grade, then... Yeah, this gets a lot closer.
I think this is extremely close. I'm shaking. I'm scared.
I think if Charge or Ice are at grade, then I don't think this is super close.
Oh, sad Bressingham. No space jump. Plasma will help Bress a lot here in L-Line, at least.
Yeah. It's actually a little bit more important than usual to keep your health high, just because of the reverse acid dive. Need to make sure to have enough for that. It's a little actually less important than it would otherwise be because of the Kraid area has an energy refill. But and MGA realizes, he understands the portals, he knows that going to Wreck Ship first is good here.
Yeah, if he didn't come here first, he would then definitely missed out. Well, not definitely, but possibly could have missed out on the warehouse item. And if it was Charger Ice, basically gives the game to Bressingham, I think. Oh, MJ doesn't have Ridley ammo. It's got Power Bomb. But, yeah, good heads up save there. I mean, I don't want to do the math, but...
He technically has enough.
Yeah. Nice speed ball.
And he's playing as if it is Ridley.
Yeah. This is just great, MG. It's okay.
think MGA skipping that super is actually really costly here.
I still can't believe you did that. And I can't believe that such good runners right in front of my face are not getting a pretty good kill. I'm shocked and appalled at all these crate tummies.
I also think in spite of Bressingham having better ammo than MGA, I think that Bress needs more ammo really a lot more badly. Because of no Zeb skip. In case that screw it crade.
Bress showing off that you don't need charge to microwave these pirates.
It's also showing off that it's super slow to do so.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
Bress is gonna need to farm a bit too.
Oh
It'll
yeah.
be a little bit. This will give MGA a good amount of time to catch up. MGA, if he can find a way to like farm on the way, or if he I don't think that he goes past the ship on the way, but if he could ship refill, that would be really nice.
Yeah.
But if MGA can avoid this farming, he will save a pretty significant amount of time.
And then it's just gonna be fail too.
Well, I mean, if you farm now, you're also farming in case it's Kraid. You know what is kind of interesting? You know that Kraid's on the other end. Is it faster to farm mini Kraid or to farm here? And if it's faster to farm mini Kraid, do you just go to Kraid first, and then come back and fight this boss on the way back?
I love it. Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Also, you know that there's a major item in Kraid. That could be charged. I think you're supposed to go to Kraid first. Because if that's charged, you don't need to worry about the farming.
Yeah, especially not Bress.
And
I'd
it
still
is
want
Ridley.
supers. Yeah. With MGA's beam combo, I would still want supers, but he would be fine.
So
yeah.
I think this is really close again. Yeah, like if Kraid's item is screw attack, I think that MG is ahead.
Yeah, 40-55 is better than 50-50.
By one missile.
Good math inside. Very fast Ridley fate there.
Yeah.
Bressingham.
Well, thank
Not you. No, you're slow. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, there's another super.
That's good. That's nice.
I wonder if MGA is gonna... how much more he's gonna check. It's always hard. I think on the way through, I would skip Fire Fleas, and then if I needed ammo still, I would check it on the way back out, because I think Fire Fleas is actually a slightly slower check than the others, so you can kind of delay it, and then decide afterwards if you still need it.
Yeah, I think if you do come through here and do go straight to Grade's warehouse, you skip all of it, even like and stuff.
Yeah, in case it's charged there.
Yeah. Just because maybe you don't need to waste the fanfare at all. I'm really interested to see if MGA will think of doing that.
Yeah, we'll see. I think it's just something that you don't really like. It doesn't feel right to just like skip the Ridley boss.
Yeah.
When you're right here.
Yeah.
MGA will get to farm a little bit more on the way because he has speed, so he can speed kill the pirates, although Bressingham actually did X-ray kill the pirates because of that.
So Bress did come down here and check the fire fleas, but he doesn't know about speed or space jump, so that's 2 extra major items that could be out there. So he doesn't know that this crate item has a really good chance of being charged. Both tanks, though. Right, nice speed kill from MGA. Much faster.
One thing that's a little bit better than usual is actually checking jail missiles, too. Because you can check them on the way through, and it doesn't waste that much time. And you don't waste quite as much time getting them on the way back out, because you have to go that way anyway.
Yeah, I did kind of like that plan to check them on the way up, and then if it's something like supers, then grab it on the way back down. Yeah, so MGA, also a farmer boy. Getting lots of health.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Looks like Bress is offline, actually.
Yeah.
Hopefully he'll get back up quickly.
Oh!
Okay.
Amazing.
We'll get to see if he has that charge beam right away. He should have checked both majors, or both, crate items.
Yeah.
Was that screw attack, though?
Was it? I didn't notice.
I didn't see.
Do something, Bress.
I think that's the same color of his beam. If he spin jumps, though, we'll get to see if that was screw.
Yes. Not ice.
Oh, he does. It is charged.
Oh my gosh. That's huge. That's it.
Yeah, I think
that's
that.
For Bress.
I think he's ahead.
He's ahead, and he has really great movement too. But MGA has great movement and great movement items. Oh, I'm nervous now.
Yeah, I don't think MGA is going to be able to catch him, but it does save like a minute in Torian. Speed does. Although Bress might be able to baby skip without speed. It's not that bad if you practice it a bit, compared to the speed booster version.
And nobody going to have ice, so all's fair there. Yeah, MGA can go into the Mother Brain fight with almost full supers. So
which is good for him.
Yeah,
because,
he's not going to lose a lot of time on the beam difference.
So that means that Ice and Screw were in wreck ship.
It's a pretty stacked ship, kind of. Of nice items, but not necessarily needed items.
Yeah.
Alright. Fanciest swim.
I kind of want to know exactly how far behind MGA is from Bress. Because I feel like he needs to be like a minute and a half, within a minute and a half at this point, and I don't think he is.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think if wreck ship had been required, I think that MGA would have been ahead. But Bress never having to return to wreck ship gave him a good amount of lead from having done that early.
Proof of the charge beam. It wasn't even behind the crate kill, actually.
I think this absolutely was as close as I thought if that were a screw attack. But charge is actually kind of because the Fantoon fight actually saves a good amount of time there.
Yeah.
Although I guess X Factors.
We're just gonna do this the good old-fashioned way, aren't we, MGA? Yeah, MGA couldn't really pick up the X-ray, and then of course didn't find plasma. So nowhere near microwavable for him. It's not gonna be quite as fast, but
Oh no.
decides what he's doing.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
you got
how
that.
did he
No.
save that? What? Oh my gosh, MGA. Still quite a bit behind though. Bress has a pretty strong lead at this point and remembers exactly where Tyrion is. And here we go. So you're gonna get a refill as you slowly approach the elevator without the speed booster. You're gonna get a refill coming down here of all your ammo and health in area rando. So nobody's worried about anything.
Yeah, MJ needs to conserve his energy a little bit for that acid dive.
There's an E-tank right here at Hotarupi. I don't know if he already saw it or not.
Yeah, I don't think he really needs it.
Yeah. He's got 2 reserves, which are probably full. You probably just need like 2 tanks.
Yeah, with space jump it actually is a good amount less with space jump.
Yeah. I think that was like 120 or something.
MJ is still checking this. Not exactly sure why, but
maybe he wants anything now. He'll be okay though, because he can just, well, not anymore. These puppy dogs
could
need
just
to get
take a
over
hit.
to the left. Yeah.
And then short charge after that.
You have to kill, I think it's 5 enemies in this room for the door to open. So it's not all of them.
Yeah. And he killed a few of the, I think they're violas, multi-violas, something like that.
Something. One of them.
Yeah, I think multi-viola. Russ not even going for the baby skip.
Valid choice. Never look back. Never surrender. Something, something.
I am really curious how this race would have played out if Screw had been at Kraid. Because Bress would have had to try to find more ammo in addition to refilling. And then or like killing all of the Sabotites and then refilling.
Yeah. And that's just a nightmare when you're doing it. Because I think when you're like spectating someone having to do that, you have a lot of time to like think about the future in that regard. But when it's something that you have to do and you're trying to race and trying to do math at the same time and figure out what is your best option and how many you should kill, and it's a really stressful situation.
MGA also kind of needs to get speed sub skip, where Bressingham really, like, he didn't have a way to sub skip, but it didn't matter because of his beam combo being so strong.
Yeah, this seed is turning out to be a little on the long side, not horribly long, but not fast either. But it's so interesting because that gravity suit was available like 5 minutes into the seed. So I can only imagine what someone who got that gravity suit at that time, what kind of time they might have gotten. Wait, Bress is in a safe zone now. Going for stand up. Gonna save those seconds. So I guess he's not really in the safe zone, but
I think MGA ends up a little under 2 minutes behind Bress after all of this.
yeah, that looks about right. You ever timed like how much speed saves in the escape? I think it
20
can't be
seconds.
like, yeah, okay. I was gonna say it can't be more than 30. But he's gotta get the speed sub skip because he wants as much ammo as he possibly can have for MB. Baby's getting a little wild here for breaths, but we're okay. We've moved on. Baby skip.
MGA never turned Spazer back on, which actually made that baby skip a little bit tougher.
Oh yeah. Our first item from the Brinstar stand. Pretty good stand up from Bress. Not too many shots. Of course, doesn't have ice beam, so not quite as much damage during that part, but still good, and we're escaping. First try zip skip from MGA. Yeah, Bress, looking like he's going to go ahead and move on to 5-2, which gets him into the play-in race to possibly be in the playoffs.
MGA doing that thing I hate, which is just using missiles on MB1.
Are you saying that just because I'm here?
I'm saying that because it always triggers me.
I don't do it when I don't have ice though, because I hate everything about those ringgits.
I just find it easier to land the missiles on MB2 than MB1. Yeah, this will actually be a little closer to 3 minutes difference. MJ is still not turning Spazer back on.
Yeah, just needed a few shots from his wave charge beam. Alright, and
Bressingham has finished with a time of 1 hour, 23 minutes, and 41 seconds. GG to Bressingham.
GG, Bress. I wish you had waited 4 seconds to get that done in race time, so we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but that's okay. I forgive you. And also just huge congrats. This has been a really, really competitive tournament. Not technically definitely in the playoffs yet, but a very good chance at it for him. The top 16. out of this, what, like 82, 84 person tournament?
Yeah, 82. Good. And we are joined by Bressingham. GG, Bress.
Hey, GG.
Yeah, GG is very well played. Yeah, this was a pretty interesting race. We do have questions for you.
Okay. Yeah, I can understand that.
Well, I guess I'll start with kind of my question, I guess. Did you have feelings about that gravity suit being there and knowing that you could have had it like 30 minutes ago?
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I wanted to go back to Upper Norfair whenever I was in Criteria doing the CWJ. Or I don't know, I just wanted to check that transition. Then I got distracted and then I don't even know. But yeah, when I found it, I was like, that's really bad.
Yeah, fortunately though, for you in that regard, MJ didn't make the gauntlet play, so he did get gravity first, but not substantially faster.
Yeah, and he spent a lot of time trying to get his first super from Wave Beam on 2E and 1
Ooh.
reserve.
Oh my.
He yeah, that I don't know how long he even spent on that. That was a good while.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. Definitely more than the difference in this race.
Which I think would have hurt him a lot more if it weren't for the fact that Norfair was almost forced on you. Like, I think if you had been able to, like, make real strides and put some distance between you and him, like, not doing the slow Norfair checks, it would have been a lot worse, but because you both were kind of forced into that, it was less bad. Still bad, but...
Yeah, I was definitely like when I got back from exploring the deep depths of Greem Brinstar, and like I wanted Cray to be down there so that I could just score the suit there. But it was Lower Norfair, Torian, so I had the whole map figured out by the time I was leaving, and then I knew there was a suit either Upper Norfair or Criteria, so I was at least glad to see it in Criteria at that point and not Upper Norfair.
Yeah, do you know double springboard jump?
Yes, I did not want to do it.
Okay, because
With
I was
grapple.
thinking about if Kraid were at Crab Hole and Varia were behind there, that would have been pretty rough because you would have needed to double springboard jump to get out or abandon that Varia. But
If Kraid was at where?
Crab Hole instead of Torian.
Oh.
And then Varia were there.
Yeah, if that were it, I would have done the double spring ball jump. But when I got there, I was like, I'm just gonna reset back to Greem Brinstar, not try this.
Yeah, I don't think it was worth it to try it.
Yeah.
But we are also joined by MrGuyAverage. GG.
GG,
Yo,
MJ.
GG. Congrats, man.
Thanks.
Big GG's to you as well. I think really, all things considered, really well played by you. Pretty much this supers thing was kind of just the only snag.
Did you remember that there were supers at Gauntlet when you were doing that?
I would have gone back because we had 10 power bombs at that point, right? When I like checked it, but I saw bombs and I was just like, oh, okay, bombs is there, and I didn't even look at the other items. So when I came back later to grab the bombs, and I was like, wait, there's a super here this whole time.
Oh no.
So yeah, But yeah, even after that, routing was pretty bad because then like I went into Greem Brinstar and there was like nothing, and then I found the LN. I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
come all the way back eventually.
I think there were a couple of things that kind of worked out in Bress's favor near the end that really solidified him being in the lead. I think if Fantoon had been in East Maridia and something were required at Wreck Ship, that would have really helped you out, MGA, because Bress killed Kraid there early. So it would have forced him to go back there when he never ended up having to go back there, and you still had to kill Kraid anyway. And then at the end, your ammo was a little bit better, and you had to wait a Zeb skip. So Bress finding Charge Beam at Kraid's lair, instead of we knew that the other items that could have been there were Ice and Screw. If Screw had ended up being there, I think that would have made this a lot closer. But
If Screw was at Crate.
Kraid missile, yeah.
Yeah, instead of
Okay.
charge.
Yeah, because I didn't have Zeb skip, that I would have had to get so much more ammo
I see.
at that point.
Well, you probably would have just gotten like a couple more missile packs and then refilled.
Yeah, still really slow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, MJ did come away with the good movement items and the speed booster, of course, and the space jump, but I think the space jump ended up being a net time loss, probably.
Yeah.
Being at Shack Tool, and since you decided to never use it, like in the Coliseum, both ways. But I digress. Yeah, like you did end up finding that gravity first, right before, or I think even during in the beginning when Bress was in Greem Brinstar.
Yeah.
And then Zeb noticed that without a Suitless Maridia item, Bress was stuck down there.
Mm-hmm. And we knew. So, Bress, did you realize that right away? Because given the transitions you knew, you could have actually kind of pieced that together, like as soon as you found it.
I did not realize that until I was there. I realized pretty quickly, I guess, but honestly, I don't know.
Where was Spring Ball again?
Spring Ball was at Etikun's power bomb.
Okay. Yeah, that's such a brutal thing to get in early because you have no way out. That's just so rough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the other option was Hell Run, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that beginning of that seed was really rough. Kind of pushing you into doing Hell Runs on 3 E-Tanks. Those tend to be really slow. Or, like, it gave you the option of that, or you could go back to Crateria and check a bunch of sparse locations for one major item.
Yeah, I think that maybe was my reasoning there, but I didn't realize I was going down a one-way hole, really, until I was there. But I knew that a suit could still be there anyway, so I just stuck with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that made sense. A suit and even like Ice or Spring Ball gets you out. You could also find Kraid, which has another major item. Although, I find that those are a little bit more dangerous than the normal soft locks, because that's like a long soft lock where you check a bunch of things and then you get stuck. Instead of the normal kinds of things where you go check one thing, you don't find what you need, and then you just like have to reset.
Yeah, exactly.
I was thinking about resetting out of Green Brin once I had that info. Because all I got was Spring Ball and Grapple out of that whole area, so that was just Suitless Maridia stuff. But I guess I was banking on maybe that being good, finding Ice and just going.
Yeah.
I guess that would be a sensible reason why you were skipping missiles. We were a little concerned, but I think, like, I've done that too. Like, if I thought that I might reset, I felt like it's better to do the skip.
Yeah.
I think it also kind of made sense to skip missiles because the seed seemed to be playing out as a longer seed. When you don't have any suits, you're going to be checking more things, so skipping missiles gets a little better because you're just going to naturally find more supers. And supers, it's just better to pick up more supers than more missiles. But
That was a nice slap in the face when I went into Brinstar and then I found every single super pack that ever existed in the game.
I was really hoping for the bailout because I was pretty impressed with both of you guys and your knowledge and stuff. But Zeb mentioned that you had the ability to do the speedless speedway, and I didn't think of it at first, and so I thought it was cool that you thought about it. And I was really hoping for the bailout, but of course not.
I was hoping for something to be like at the other side, but I think it was just like it just looped back to criteria, and then I had no supers. Oh yeah, high jump had no supers, so it was like it was just such a it was annoying, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this race was really interesting. You guys just did completely different things all the time after the start, and we didn't really know how it was gonna end up. Oh yeah, and then like, Press, you had like a very small connection disruption, like right when you entered Kraid, Kraid's warehouse. So when we got you back, you were in the Fantoon fight, and we didn't know what item you found.
Yeah,
we were like, what is it?
We knew it wasn't ice once you shot, so we were like, well, was it screw or was it charge? And it ended up being charge.
Yeah,
that's funny.
It was probably a cooler reveal than it would have been just normally getting the item.
Yeah, that's exciting. I'm excited to watch it back.
Well, don't be, because poor Bear Bunny was making fun of you the entire time.
Oh no.
I did make fun of you a couple times. I don't know why. I'm sorry. It just comes out of me sometimes. I don't remember what for, but
I probably deserved it.
That's right.
You did.
No, I really enjoyed this one, and I like both of you guys, and I wish that we could all be in the playoffs, but some of us are bad.
This was a close one. I was very nervous for this. So, yeah, GG MGA.
Yeah, GG. I knew it was a close one too. So it's like when I died like once in that hell run, even though I knew I could do it and I knew it was possible, but it's just I died once and I was like, that's it, press 1, because there's not a lot of room for error.
Yeah, it's been kind of really interesting. Like, these races, I've watched a bunch of these ones for this week. And I've seen, like, people have been going on all kinds of different paths, like, a lot of divergence. But they always seem to end up pretty close. Most of the time, not always, but, like, a lot of these races have ended up really close. Which I wouldn't really expect from these kinds of seeds.
Yeah. Actually, I'm really surprised as well.
Yeah, it's probably more so like the matchups than the settings, but yeah, that's cool.
That's a good point. It is Swiss after all.
I got Swissed.
You did get Swissed. Yeah.
I think at some point, like, if you get bad matchups in the first couple of rounds, like the first 2 rounds, you can kind of complain. If you get bad matchups after that, it's like, well, there are just so many good players. It's hard not to get bad matchups.
Yeah.
But
I got some. And Big Timothy too. What was our tracker? I don't think we got to shout out Big Timothy, but big thank yous to him for tracking for us tonight.
Thank you guys for commentary, and thanks McTimothy for tracking.
Yeah, thank you guys for comms. Appreciate it. Thanks, Tim.
I know. Had a lot of fun here tonight, and big GGs to you guys. And best of luck, Breast, in the playoff play. Whenever that is, I have no idea.
Thank you.
yeah, and with that, I think that's going to do it for us. Thanks everyone for watching. It looks like there is another race between Ace Zero and Asder on SpeedGaming 4. So go check that out as well. And we will see you guys next time.